say thank you to everyone that's come. I see so many faces that everyone I know, every single person looking at them. And of course, my brother, my small brother, who's now taller than me. I don't know how that ever happened. Don't know, because he's always a little skinny runt. He didn't like his vegetables. Oh man, it was suffering. He would stay at the table and the vegetables, but he would not eat his vegetables. My father was a tough guy. Wouldn't let, only when he went off to bed, went to his room at 8 o'clock or so, my mother would kind of let Paul off the hook, and he would go, not eating his vegetables. And he was really, like my father, he grew late. He was always small. Then he got to the Air Force and all, I don't know how he grew. And he wasn't eating vegetables. He started eating hamburgers and milkshakes and fries. The stuff that's, anyway, and he made him grow. So welcome to Paul and to his lovely wife, Grace. Just to give a little of my vocation story, Clarence is always asking for vocation story, and so I'll just give a little bit here. My vocation story goes way back. I guess at a very early age, God was calling me. God calls Abraham, and Abraham says, yes, Lord, I'm here. And he called him to do a very special thing, even to sacrifice an incredible sacrifice, his own son. But he answers, here I am, Lord. Well, God was calling me from an early age. And I see it now. I didn't really see it then. But when I was 1957, just a child, we were in school with the sisters, and there was a picture of a fireman, policeman, a picture of a doctor, a picture of a pilot, and a picture of a priest. And somehow I chose the priest at that stage. I was dawdling a little bit because I like the idea of fighting fires. I like the idea of flying a plane. I like the idea of being a doctor. And then little by little, as I got older, I got to understand that a priest couldn't get married, couldn't have a girlfriend or whatever. I started maybe thinking, maybe a doctor's not a bad idea. I like to be a doctor. All of a sudden, my father ran a very big hospital. He was a hospital administrator of a hospital which was made up of a huge complex, like 10 or 12 buildings, and had a great laboratory experiments, etc. And I used to love to go through we'd drive through one building, the other. It was a huge place. And one little area where you'd see like a zoo. I loved to see those animals in the zoo. Little did I know that a lot of those animals were used in experimentation. I didn't know that at the time. I just saw those little animals trying to conquer diseases that have really been conquered since then. So there I was, just a young boy, and started thinking, oh, maybe doctor's not bad. But then, again, at 4th grade, I was praying the rosary a lot. One time, the sister caught me making a little shuffle in the line because I was praying the rosary. What are you doing? And she got me in the side, and I couldn't lie to the sister because I was praying the rosary. And she said, oh, you want to be a priest? I said, yes, that's what I do. And little by little, time went on, I still started saying, yeah, but some of these girls are good looking too. And then I got to being a 14-year-old, and I said, this is the time, grade 9 is coming, and I want to go to the junior seminary, which started at that time 9 to 12. And my father said, no, you don't have any money, and you're not going. I don't know if that was because I was starting to beat him in golf, and I don't know why, whatever. We were good friends, and he saw me as competition, so, but anyway, he said, no money. So, being the son that I am, I just went on to the government school after going to Catholic school for 9 years, starting at the little creche. And then I went to government school in 9th grade at Bosco High School, with about 650 students in our class, and I just was amazed. Man, St. Mary's had about 25 girls in 2 classes, and Bosco High School had like 300 girls. Wow! Man, this is a real selection here. I enjoyed that year at Bosco High. Halfway through, having asked a girl out to the Christmas prom, we had a formal for Christmas and a few other dances. And my father was very good. He used to give me money and say, buy the girl lemonade or whatever, We couldn't drink, of course, at that time, and buy her some other things at the prom. And then I decided, the middle of the year, I gotta ask again. Before I really get caught up in this life. And so I asked again to my mom this time, Sometimes when you get a no from your father, you go to your mom. And my mother said, I really think you have a vocation. And I'm going to ask your dad now. And then so she asked my father. My father said, no, not going. And then my mother, being who she was, she said, no, we're going to have to do something. So she went to the parish priest, an Irish American parish priest we had, Vincentian priest, Father Murphy. And Father Murphy was a tough guy, but he also saw something in me, so whatever. And he said, okay, I'm going to go to the Knights. And he went to the Knights of Columbus. We have the Knights of Columbus, Knights of the Gama, Knights of St. John, all over the world, in Catholic churches. He went to the Knights of Columbus, and the Columbus Knights said, gosh, it's because, you know, there are 13 kids in his family, 7 boys, 6 girls. It's tough, and to send somebody, and his father would not allow him to go to Costa Rica, so he has to go to the US. So they agreed to give my father $200 US. Doesn't sound like a lot of money, you know, 3,000 rand. But at that time, back in 1965, that was big money. That money, they paid for my ship, they go on, they paid for everything. It paid for a suit, it was like about $30, $30 US. It paid for socks and underwear and a ski jacket, because it was very cold. You know, we, as a child, being 13 kids and 7 boys, none of us had our own pair of socks. We had a drawer for the socks. And women wouldn't understand that. I don't know, women, the girls probably had another thing, but we had a drawer for underwear. A small, medium, large. Which one you really pick? My mother would be washing that clothes. Our washer and dryer ran non-stop. Usually a dryer lasted in our house about 2 years. 2 years, brand new dryer would last. It was dead after running 7 hours a day every single day. So then I said goodbye to my mother 1 month after turning 15. And I got on a train. I took an hour-and-a-half journey from the Pacific to the Atlantic Ocean. Beautiful journey through the forest of Panama. It was a lovely journey. And I was excited about all this. You know, being from a big family, no, you become independent very quickly. I'd always slept in the jungle by myself at age 13 with 1 or 2 other boys. And my mother trusted me to be in the jungle by myself with just a couple other boys. And then we got on the train that went across to the other side, Atlantic Ocean. My father saw me on board a ship, and this was the school ship, the last ship of August, going back to the US. All young college students, university students, from 18 to 23 or so. I said, this is going to be the most fun of my whole life. No oldies on this trip. Everybody's from 18 to 23, wow. And one of the girls, who was one of my brother's friends, she was the most talented girl of her class. So she was 5 years older than me. She was probably in her last year of university or master's degree. And she took a liking to me and helped me on that trip. Because I was just a 15-year-old kid on a boat. But I was darn sure I was one thing. I wasn't a small boy. I could go anywhere and handle anything. I was a man. You know, that's what it was when we were growing up in those days. And so we got on the ship, 4.5 days. And I got to New Orleans, Louisiana, and I was sick. I did some crazy things on that ship. I climbed the tower in the middle of the night on a dare, and I was up there looking down the water on both sides. But I was not afraid of heights. I was up on top of them. I was climbing the tower. Some of the little ladder was rusted out, and I had to skip a rung or two because I would have broken it, gone down. And but when I got to New Orleans, I was sick. Not because of the rocking of the sea. I had eaten too much food. You know, I'd never been in a place like that. You're on board, and they say, what would you like for breakfast? We have cornflakes, we have pancakes, we have bacon and eggs, we have oatmeal, orange juice, and I said, yeah, I think good for me. My mom always says, so I take the porridge. And the pancakes is good, and please also bring bacon and eggs. And the waiter goes, what? You want all 3 pancakes, bacon and eggs? Yes. And 2 glasses of orange juice. Then it comes to lunch. Today we have chicken and fish. And we have this and we have that. And for dessert we have this and that. I said, yeah, give me the chicken, give me the fish. Okay? And the dinner, a steak, and yeah, give me, you know. And then, wait, after just 2 or 3 servings, he said, I guess you weren't all. I said, yeah. So after 4 days, I was sick. I got that water, my stomach was running. Oh, I went to see the doctor on board, and he said, have you done anything unusual? I said, yeah, for the first time in my life, I had a lot of food. I could just free food. He said, what have you been eating? And I told him, he said, oh my God, that's an overload. And so I got to New Orleans having a runny stomach. I got off the boat, 15-year-old kid in a strange city, jumped into a cab and said, I'm going to Lopez Street down this area, off Canal. And the driver was looking at me, a little kid driving. He said, do you know where we are? I said, I know exactly where we are. I don't take a left or right. And we went to my aunt's house. My aunt called my uncle. My uncle paid to fetch me, and we stayed a couple of days because I needed to get well. I was having diarrhea 5 times a day. After 3 days there, I got on a bus, and I had a 2-day bus ride. One and 3/4, maybe 1.5 to get to my sister. My sister was studying nursing, was just finishing nursing in West Virginia. I spent 2 days with my sister, and then I went to New York. When I got into New York City, 15 years old, you know New York City, like a world city, I went to the Port Authority, which is the place where all the young people, everyone travels to Port Authority, and so many kids are abducted, so many kids are made slaves in Port Authority. Okay. I had no idea. I never heard about it at all. I got at the Port Authority, and a couple of guys, gruffy-looking guys, said, hey, Sonny, looks like you need some breakfast. Want to come to my place for some pancakes and tea? I said, wouldn't you like that and big donuts? Yes, I'd like it very much. But I said, Sugawea. No, I just told him, forget it. Thank you, but forget it. I said, forget it. Because I knew this guy can look good. Who's going to go with a stranger offering me pancakes? I just said, luckily I said the right words because I was accosted twice in New York City. Then I got on a bus to go up to the seminary. I arrived at the seminary. Now this is long travel. Ship ride, bus rides, etc. And I got there at 7 o'clock, and Father met me, Father Justin, and he took me down to the refectory, to the dining room, and he gave me a meatloaf that I've never tasted before. It was so bad. But maybe it was good that it wasn't my mother's. It was not, and the whole night it rumbled in my stomach. Grumbled. I said, darn, what have I done? Where am I here? And the next day, I was able to speak to kids about spiritual things. And I knew I was in the right place. Because at Bosco High School, government school, you couldn't speak to anybody about a spiritual thing. They would think you're wacko. You're talking about what? About following the path to God. They think you're really weird. And from that day forward, I was having God with me and very happy. It wasn't easy, but I was very happy. To give you an idea, they started the year before I got there giving seminarians, high school, a chance to go home during Christmas, during Easter, and during the summer. They used to give you 2 weeks, but then they started giving us 4. Okay, Christmas, we all went home for 10 days. I was in New York. I had to travel, thousands of miles, there was no way my parents would ever pay me to go home, so I didn't go home. Every single seminarian, 120 something, went home. I was in a dormitory, the upper dorm, the little boys, that's 9 and 10 graders. We were 85 or 87 in that dorm. I slept in a dorm by myself, 87 beds. I knew when I went to my bed and I turned off the lights. At night, time to watch television. The priests, they were old, even older than Father Michael. They didn't remember Father Michael, but they seemed old. They seemed old. And they didn't eat with us. They had their own dining room, the superior's dining room. And after they finished eating, I had now become a waiter to them because they didn't have anyone to wait on me, so I was a waiter during the vacation. Then after that, they would go inside the television room and they'd watch old people music. They watch Lawrence Welk, old people music. This is old classical stuff. And even if they allowed me in that television room, I would have died in it. So I walked 100 meters to the school building. I got out of that superior mansion, walked 100 meters to the main school building. I climbed up to the second floor, and there was a classrooms, all the classrooms. I sat down in the classroom with 35 seats. I turned on the television, and I watched Gilligan's Island and other adventurous things like that as a 15-year-old, all by myself, in a big building. Then I'd go upstairs and go into the dormitory where there were 85 beds. I'd find my bed, turn off the lights, and go to bed. I missed my mother a little bit at that time. I really did, being all by herself. But hey, then Easter came, and there were 2 boys from Florida. They went home for Christmas, but they didn't have money to go home for, just a 5-6 day break at Easter. So they stayed. So that was a little better. At least I had, 2 guys to stay with. But through all that, and the crazy things, there were so many seminarians who wanted to take me home and enjoy it with them in New York. They're mostly from New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. But the priest said, no, you can't go home with them. Something might happen, something, I don't know. So, but I was happy. So if that wasn't God's Holy Spirit, I don't know what is. The fact that my father kept refusing, and my mother went above my father to the nights, to the parish priest went to the nights, that's how I got here. Otherwise, I would still not be here. The fact of going through a place where I lived thousands of miles from my home, I never saw my mother, and I was happy. Well, who was making me happy? I should have been very heart sore. My mother was heart sore, but I wasn't. And in my 56 years, I was formed 14 years before being ordained. In 56 years, I spent only 1 year close to the family house, only 30 minutes away. That was only 1 year of my life. Otherwise, I was always far away. But God said, Abraham, go, and I have something very important to do. And Abraham said, I'm doing it, Lord. He had that. I'm nothing like Abraham, but at least I was able to say, Lord, I think you want me there, and I'm going to do it. And I came to Africa. Father Toho gave my obedience to Africa and to Liberia. I wasn't sure. I was confusing Libya and Liberia, which is which. South Africa, I knew. Nigeria, I knew. Kenya, I knew. But Liberia, Libya, which one is on the coast here? And I came to Liberia. So that's just a quick little summary of my life. I remember when I first came to Africa, going up to the bush. I spent 18 months in the city. I was very happy in the city, but as soon as I can, I wanted to go to the bush because that's where you learn really African customs. And I went to the bush. I was there 100 km from the nearest paved road. No electricity, nothing. Okay, and no television, no anything. Just a BBC shortwave. And that was our television. And I found just full of zeal to go out to all the villages. I was able, with God's grace and a lot of help from people in the U.S., to build several churches, not one, but several, and to build schools, etc. in those days. I was very happy to build a library, etc. That's how I started getting some funding contacts in Bonn and in Belgium and in England and other places. And then I mentioned up ugly war. And I went through and I was with the people. 95% of the missionaries left, and I stayed with those people. And we went left. When they were shooting this side, we went that side. When they were shooting that side, we went this side. And when I see them killing someone for no good reason except they're another tribe, like this man's from Guinea, or this man, they would beat me and they would put me in jail. The first time I went to jail, I was ashamed. All my life I'd never been in jail. But then I realized, why am I in jail? Because I said something that it's not right to kill someone. And so then I realized, and that happened many times. When the Archbishop, Michael Francis, we were very good friends, when he heard that a priest was in trouble, was in prison, was in jail, or was being tortured somewhere, he said, I know who it is. I know exactly who it is. He's the only guy who talks so much. He doesn't allow people to do, and he's got to talk. He's got to talk. Even when I was saying that certain things were wrong, even the priest next to me said, shh, don't talk, here they kill you. And I just kept talking. I don't know why. And that got me in more trouble, but then it all worked out. God was with me. Fell into ambush, was shot at from close range. Several times people tried to kill me from close range, shooting their guns. I never told my mother. If I told her that, I would have hurt her too much. She knew that it was a difficult situation, and she prayed, and she knew I was happy. That I was happy. Sometimes I was lost, but, and then they would find me. They actually went on to news in the States, missionary was lost, etc. Don't know where he is. My mother would cry. She would cry. But then I would be found. I would get through. So that was my time in West Africa. Then finally, 2000, I had met Father Robert when I was on the council in West Africa. We came down to, is it Cincinnati or something like that, for that place. We had a week there with the rector major. I met Father Robert, I met Father Francois. I didn't meet Father Michael, I don't know. I met him later. But I remember very clearly Francois and Robert and Father Coleman. Oh, I remember Father Coleman so well, that visit. Later on, I said, hey, who knows? And then they said, you can go, now we're going to send you to a new place, either Zambia or South Africa. And they presented both options to the Zambian provincial and to South African provincial. Father Francois, practically every night when he was in Booysens, he'd go up in his little rooster loft there in the top, the place up on top, I don't know, a gun place or whatever, but up there on top. And he would go up there and do his email. And right away, and Rome got an answer right away that they want you in South Africa. I said, fine, that's fine. At least I know 2 people there, or 3 people, Father Goldman, Father Gore, and Father Francois. So I came to South Africa, a little short time, May 24th, the Feast of Mary, 2009, I entered South Africa. Then later on, I was at Swaziland, learning Siswati and enjoying. In the bush of Africa, I learned all about African business. I learned about all the superstitions. I learned about the snake society. I learned about initiation of boys, initiation of girls. All kind of secret stuff, which if you were to write about it, they'd be killed or something. So I never wrote about any of those things. And I used to drive my motorbike every night to villages. I was full of zeal. I'm still full of zeal, but I'm not as strong as I was. I jumped on my motorbike every night, riding in the dark, over a dirt path, going to villages and starting Catholic churches. And we would talk. Because people weren't free until after the day's done. 6:30 they were free. They come home from the farm. So we'd talk to the men and to the women at that time. And so I used to do that motorbike. Oh gosh. And I'd come home and I'd eat the rice, which was prepared at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, and I would eat it at 10 o'clock. And then I'd wonder why my stomach was hurting at night. Yeah, I didn't understand that that particular rice in West Africa is not the refined one we have here. And you must eat it hot, really. If it gets too cold, it can bother your stomach. Anyway, but when I came to Swaziland in South Africa, I said, what am I doing here? You know, I've been in a war-torn area. I've been trying to do this and that. And here there's electricity, there's roads, there's everything. But I said, oh, well, maybe I can still do something. Maybe I still can do something here. Maybe I can try to help whatever parish I'm in be family. They were so shocked to see this white man there in Setegi in Swaziland who was open and hugging this one, that one, black, white, green, purple, Chinese, whatever, Indian. No problem. This guy loves everyone. They said, what kind of white man is this? This white man is strange, this priest. And just to build family. So I really enjoyed being an acting parish priest in Setegi and learning Siswati there. I enjoyed, assigned to Robertsham, I enjoyed working with street children. I started a street children program in Freetown. I worked with ex-child soldiers. I knew many ex-child soldiers. I knew many generals who killed. I can tell you right now, names of generals who should go, not just Charles Taylor, but some who should be. In fact, one of the guys who really tried to torture me one time, he was called One Man One. And after, the first thing he did was the handcuffs before beating. And the handcuffs were so tight that my wrists were bleeding. And I think I was in 30-day detention, house arrest, 64 days maybe in arrest, actual arrest, 30 days house arrest. But even in house arrest, I was getting out and I was walking and visiting people. And just thought God would protect me somehow. And that's how the life went on. And I remember in that house arrest, I was able to save some people from being killed. And I asked also some priests, but they were afraid. They were afraid to do some of those things. And we gotta do something. People are getting killed. We gotta stand up. Anyway, so that was the life on that side. It was at times very tough. About 12 of my altar servers were grabbed, and they were going to be killed. 12 altar servers. I drove my car. I went to talk to the commander. He didn't like me. The second in charge, he liked me. I went to him and I begged him for the life of those altar servers. I said, these are small children, 11, 12 years old. They shouldn't be. And he said, Father, you can take them, but I didn't say it. And you tell them, no, if you tell anybody, you will be tortured. You just tell them that you have talked to the boss, and it's okay. Don't mention my name. I went there, I bluffed my way as I could at the jail where they were being held, and I got those boys all free. And I got them in my car, and I brought them to safety. Those are just many of those stories, but then, I came here and I said, what am I going to do here in Robertsham? I said, well, maybe I can try to make the parish a family, just to do the things. And what have I done? Nothing. The things I wanted to do, I wanted to have a beautiful hall, didn't come about. But maybe something little came about. Maybe in a little way we became family. Maybe in a little way, I was so happy here because I was able to do the things that a priest is supposed to do. Visit the sick, go to the hospitals at night, visit homeless, pray with people, try to do the little things. But that's what I did basically. Not much if you dig it, wasn't much. Just the little things that any priest is supposed to do. That's what I did. And it made me very happy visiting. And I was so happy that Pierre was in charge of the money. Boy, I was so happy. I didn't care about how much. I said, and they counted the money. I didn't have to touch the money. They banked the money for me. They made the reports. Oh man, that made me so happy because I've always had trouble with those reports. Oh boy, it's not easy to do it and to keep receipts. Oh man, and Pierre was good with me. He was good, and so I was just very happy that he was doing that. Really was. I asked for forgiveness if I hurt anyone. I really do. Maybe in some little discussion here or there, I said a few words which were not the most kind. In Liberia, my first real bush mission, my pickup car, I always used bakis. My baki in Liberia was called Abi Zuo. Abi is God, Zuo is thanks. And that became my name. They gave me two names, Abi Zuo, thanks to God, and they gave me Abi Wopu, the man who speaks God's word. They would also call me Abi Wopu, the man who speaks God's word. The local people. I went to a place, there was no mass in the dialect. I had to make a mass in the dialect. I had to gather all the Christians and say, hey, what's the best way to translate this? What's the best way to translate that? How do we translate the Hail Mary? We can't say Hail Mary, but we also can't say Good Morning Mary. We can't say that either. We have to give a reading which is like hail. And it was a difficult thing, but little by little. Father Michael is right behind me. He's saying, don't be so long and don't bore them to tears. Father and sister, don't bore them to tears. You're going to bore the people to tears. Father Michael always says that. My good friend, Father Michael. Anyway, so what I say is, this is just a little thing. I give a lot of thanks to God. It has been 40 years. May 26, 1979, I became a priest. August 15th, 1969, I professed vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience. That's 50 years in August that I've been a Salesian. And I've been with the Salesian for 54 years. It's a long time, since I was a child. And I've been happy all throughout. Oh, sure, there's a little time here and there where you have a little tough situation with one person or something, but basically, after a couple of days, just let it slide, you forgive each other, and you go on. And so that's what I'm asking. I pray God for all of you. I made the Camino of Santiago. It was an incredible experience. If you have a chance, you can make something like that. But we're all on the Camino. We're on the Camino to heaven. So let's walk little by little. So that at the end of our life, we will see God face to face. God will say, come and enjoy. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Please stand for prayers of the faithful. Whoever's doing the prayers of the faithful, come forward.